So guys, I need to give you a little backstory on how I chose this week's film. While I was rummaging through my wardrobe in a rush, going through my shirts, my hoodies, it literally fell off the rack. And then we also have my night shirts, everything. And I came across this very, very valuable, beautiful t-shirt from Cash Collective. Typing you out there if you want to know where it's from. And you know what, I was like, Sidhu Moosewala is just so not involved in the music industry anymore. We have artists like Bunty Baines and Amritjit mentioning him in stories, saying, congratulations and good luck for your future political career, and he's just so heavily involved in that now. I'm like, we need to rekindle it back to when he was fully involved in the songs, in the films. This is his second film, and he guesses what it might be now. But yeah, I was like, we need to bring this back. So I had this light bulb moment, and I was like, Yes I'm Student. I was like, this week needs to be Yes I'm Student by Sidhu Moosewala on Movie Melodies with Aneet. So this week we are going to be reviewing exactly that film, and the first track we have is a great kickoff, a great kickstart to the whole show and to all the track lists that are going to be following after this one, and it is called Saab. So without further ado, I'm not even going to say anything about this. I'm just going to let you watch it, take it in, and then obviously mere vichar baad chon hone hain. So let's kick it off with Saab.
ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰ ਵੱਲ ਤੂੰ ਚੜਾਈ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਔਖੀ ਬੜੀ ਹੋਗੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਜੂਨ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਔਖੀ ਬੜੀ ਹੋਗੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਜੂਨ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੁਕੱਦਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਲੜਨਾ ਲੱਭ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਨੌਕਰੀ ਤੂੰ ਸਾਬ ਬਣ ਜਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਬੜਾ ਔਖਾ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਰਨਾ ਠੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਧੁੰਦੇ ਮਰੀਏ ਗਰਮੀ ਚ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਧੁੱਪ ਨਾਲ ਸੜਨਾ
So guys, if you don't already know the backstory of this film, Sidhu Moosewala is basically a student that's come from India to Canada and has to work hard and labour, and pretty much the reason why he's come is to gain more money and help his family back home, because obviously India, as we know, it doesn't give that much pay to the workers compared to developed countries such as Canada. And so this song, I think, is quite touching to those students that have actually gone through that process of going from India to Canada, and it just shows the struggles of how they have to live without parents and so on and so forth. Now, what I actually think it is, like the lyrics itself, we nokri labla te saab banja, instead of being in the pind and working day and night and just like dying in the soil, it's better to go get a job out there and become a saab. Stand up for yourself and be respected. And I think standing up for yourself is actually a motto that Sidhu off the screen actually quite aligns with, hence why his political career, he's standing up for himself. He wants to show his respectedness and how he is and how he can be. So I think there is definitely a link between the political side and the music side. Now, one thing that I would say with these shots is that it does seem like they're just accumulated shots from the film itself. Just basic shots of things happening. There's no lip syncing. There's no actual engagement that he's aware that this song is going on. It's just shots of him doing things. So if they made a video that was just focused on the actual song itself, instead of, because I can tell that the actual film itself, there's definitely shots that have been reused that we see in the actual film for the video. So if there was maybe more originality and a separation between the actual film and the video, that would have been great. But other than that, I definitely can, to an extent, feel the pain and hardships that these students go through. So it has definitely conveyed a great message in that way. So that is Saab. On to the next Gana, which is called Ara Style. And the second track that we have is called Ara Style, sung by Jenny Johal and Sidhu Moosewala. Now, this is basically showing the lifestyle, the college, not teenage, but like early 20s, college, just in general, a lifestyle of these students that are from abroad or come to Canada, and just how they live and how they are, and going to clubs and parties and stuff. So we get to see a different roop, basically, of Sidhu Moosewala. Well, let's see what he is showing us. And next up is Ara Style. Let's have a listen.
ਅਸੀਂ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਯਾਰਾਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਉਲਝਣਾ ਮੌਤ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਰੂਲ ਹੋਰ ਨੇ ਅਸੂਲ ਹੋਰ ਨੇ ਵਨ ਸ਼ਟ ਡਾਊਨ ਸਿੱਟੀਏ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਉਲਝਣਾ ਮੌਤ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ
Okay guys, so this might be a party song, but it's quite a chilled one. It's not like proper out there. It's one that you can sort of like groove to. Now in the actual shots, it's basically the nightlife of Canada. It is clubs, the lights, like restaurants, and you know what? Sidhu, I don't know what it is, but you know, he's shown this completely different side of him. That he's actually attending the club, because I don't know, but if you do know Sidhu outside like of his actual work, he doesn't really do that sort of stuff, but I could be mistaken. I'm not here to like know about somebody's life, but honestly it just I don't know what it is. They're just like, why are you in there, like get out. But honestly there's just shots of like girls vaping or like doing shisha or something, and I'm like, okay, but it doesn't suit Sidhu's like look. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing. We're gonna start off with that little criticism there, but as a whole I think we get to see, even though it's a completely different side of Sidhu, we get to see a side of Sidhu that is not so typical of Sidhu himself. And so I quite like, you know, the kind of vibe of the song. Only thing is, what is he wearing? I'm sorry. He's literally wearing a tracksuit to the club. And not for me, that's not really how you dress at the club. But Sidhu, if you ever need me as a stylist, I can help you, because, you know, we need some aid going on here. There's yeah, anyway, we're gonna leave that to the side and we're gonna move on to the next track. Jada tija gana hai ya, it honestly has my heart, because it is just so beautiful. Now this is a romantic track called Jaan by Sidhu Moosewala, and it is just so flowy, so makes you want to just go into the world with like your dream man. And the word itself, Jaan, I just love it. Like, who wouldn't want to be called Jaan? Anyways, I'm just gonna let you listen to this song. All you, not even senti, all you romantic lovers will absolutely love this track. And Sidhu's voice just suits every single genre. So let's listen to Jaan. ਵੇ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਇਤੀ ਪੱਠੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਿਲ ਸੇਕਿਆ ਸਭ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਬਣ ਅਣਜਾਣ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਐ ਅਰਮਾਨ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਕੱਲ ਜਾਣਦੀ ਨਾ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਨ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਐ ਅਰਮਾਨ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ If you have good music taste, you would have added this to your playlist already, but Jaan, it just speaks for itself. And honestly, even without listening to the actual song, if you just look at the visuals in this video, like Mandy Takhar, I haven't even mentioned her yet, but she is a female lead in this film and she's from Coventry, guys, wow. Anyways, she has just looked amazing in this film. I love the slow-mo of her hair flying like backwards at the beginning, and just the shots of like her smiling and the lighting. She just looks so pretty, and I don't know what it is about their love between Sidhu and Mandy, but it seems like a modest kind of love. A love that's like not too like out there. It's like a shy kind of love, that's the word. Well, the shots, again, I'd say the only thing is with all these videos that, you know, you can mix up the shots in between the videos because there's no distinctness in them. And so that's what I think it is with this one as well. Like, it sort of just blends in. But the only difference is, again, with this is that we get to see Mandy a lot more, which I think is definitely needed. She deserves, you know, as much screen time and spotlight as much as she like can achieve. Well, Sidhu's voice, can we just talk about that? I'm gonna end it on a good note, but Sidhu's voice is just amazing. He has just literally shown us how he can hit so many different moods, and yeah, there's just nothing really, there's no nooks in this. So we're gonna move on to the next track. The fourth song is called Yariyan by Sidhu Moosewala. Now this definitely is just hitting the male audience. All of you Punjabi munde, all of you munde in general, brown munde, that are just always like yar, yar, yar of an hour. Or like, you know, always trying to buy their boys since like day one or since knee high. It's literally a song for those boys that love their boys in a not gay way. So let's watch Yariyan by Sidhu Moosewala.
Sidhu Moosewala ਹੈਗਾ ਕੌਣ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਈ ਤਾਰਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਗੇੜਾ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਓ ਗੀਤ ਹਿੱਟ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹਿੱਟ ਮੈਨ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਮਾੜੀ ਇੱਟ ਜਾਗਦੀ ਕੀ ਟੇਡਾ ਟੇਡਾ ਨਹੀਂ Sidhu Moosewala ਹੈਗਾ ਕੌਣ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਈ ਤਾਰਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਗੇੜਾ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਨੇਵ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਲਵੇਂਗੀ ਸਲੂਟ ਵੱਜਣੇ ਲੋਕ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣੇ ਆ ਆਓ ਯਾਰ ਯਾਰ ਭਾਈ ਬੀਬਾ ਜਿੰਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੇ
So I did tell you it's for you boys, and I'm pretty sure you boys would have loved that song. Sidhu Moosewala really does appeal to a majority of male audience, and this song, he has this robe, and I've talked about it before, but he's had this robe in his songs that are just so like out there. He really wants to show his attitude, and just from his voice I can see like his power that he wants to have, do you know what I mean, over like with his voice. And he basically has shown he's got a true like strong personality. Now the actual video is just so unrelated. I don't even have words to describe to you how just it is just so separate from the actual song itself. It's the same shots as the previous videos. It's just a mix of like everything again. There's no real meaning with it. We just see more shots of like him with his boys, but honestly it's just not giving me what I want when I listen to this song. I would have liked maybe separate shots of him and his boys, like just solo. Whereas like I actually see Mandy Takhar in the video and I'm like, why are you there? You're not his yar, you're his nar. Do you know what I mean? Well, that is Yariyan. Hun asi dooja track nu review karna. तेरे नाल हो गया प्यार लगदा है. I think I sang that right. I'm not a great singer, but for this last song of this week's episode on Melodies with Aneet, we have Pyar sang by Barbie Man, a female vocalist who was actually signed by Sidhu Moosewala, I believe, when she did the cover of Ajikal Leve. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but she has a unique voice that needs to be expressed to the world. So we are going to be, why am I doing this? We are going to be reviewing Pyar. Let's get on with it.
ਉਦੋਂ ਦੱਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਸ਼ਰਮਾਉਂਦਾ ਏ ਬੁੱਲਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਏ ਉਦੋਂ ਦੱਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਸ਼ਰਮਾਉਂਦਾ ਏ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਕਰਾਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਪਿਆਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਪਿਆਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸਮਝ ਨਾ ਸਕੇ ਜਗ ਕਿਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਮੰਗੇ ਮਿਲੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਰੱਬ ਤੋਂ ਸੌਗਾਤਾਂ
ਕਈ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਨਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਆਪ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਭੇਜਦਾ.
My fave line in the song is ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਯੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ. I think you've heard enough of my singing, but we're actually going to move on to the actual song itself. Now Barbie Man has done an amazing job with this. She has shown how talented she is and how, you know, her vocal variation is just so amazing, and her voice is actually quite high pitched, and it has remained that way throughout the whole song, whereas you see artists like Nimrat Khera and Manat Noor, like the actual general pitch is a bit lower, so she stands out. Barbie Man does stand out in that sense, and she's carried the whole song really well. What I would love though if there was a duet between Sidhu and Barbie, because you know it's been a long time since we've had that. So that would be good. Or even, I'm talking about general here, just lip syncing for the song, just anything. Because the whole, like all the tracks that we've seen, no lip syncing whatsoever. And they've just been clips from the actual film itself. So if there was actual interaction between the song and the videos and the film, all in one, that would be really good. But as it is, that is Pyar. And it is a really nice love song. I do prefer Jaan over Pyar, but I would love for you guys to let me know what you prefer. And that is Pyar. ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਯੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸਰਦਾਰ
ਕਈ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਨਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਆਪ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਭੇਜਦਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ।
That is wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Movie Melodies with Aneet. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did filming this, and I guess we'll have to see what is in store for next week. Well, in the meantime, make sure you guys follow us on our social media channels at Protasia TV on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. See you guys next time. Oh, what